Time Detectives are on the move once again, but this time they're in Durban, where they gain an understanding of street naming. Now, since 1994, many of our street names have been changed, from the names of former colonialists or settlers to the names of community workers, political activists, and other important figures who have contributed towards the fight for freedom and equality of Black South Africans. But first, our detectives in the Western Cape journey back to the 1600s. This is the time when slave trade was at its peak in the Cape. They are especially interested in a young slave woman. Now, a German soldier fell in love with her, and together they had 3 children, but she was unable to live with him because she was still enslaved. She was the first woman of slave heritage to own a farm. Not only was she a farm owner, but she was also the forebearer of the South African nation. Now, through the discoveries of our amazing time detectives, we are able to catch a glimpse of the life of Ancella van der Kaap. Our detectives are at the Slave Lodge in Cape Town. The Dutch East India Company had the lodge built in 1679 as a place to keep slaves. The building is now a museum and aims to increase awareness on human rights, equality, peace, and justice. Much of our past was passed down through storytelling. There was no record of the life of Ancella van der Kaap until international poet Diana Ferris wrote a play about her.
Ek gaan nou vir julle die storie vertel van Ancella van der Kaap. 6 Mei 1658. 'n Skip, die Hasselt, het sopas Tafelbaai binnegevaar met 228 slawe. Nou daardie slawe word onmiddellik in die kasteel aangehou. En tussen hierdie 228 slawe is daar 2 jong mense. Die 16-jarige meisie was genoem Maria van Genee en die 18-jarige jongman was genoem Klaas van Genee. Maria van Genee het gewerk in die kombuis van die opsigter daar by die kasteel, Jan van Harwaarden. En toe word Maria van Genee, wat 'n goeie vriende geraak het met Jan van Harwaarden se stiefdogter, Christina Does. Toe word sy verwagtend. En Christina, wat toe nog die vriendin was van Maria, sy was baie opgewonde en sy sê toe vir Maria, ag, noem maar Ancella, Maria. Ancella van der Kaap. En toe benodig die gouverneur die kasteel vir graan. En in 1685 toe bly Ancella van der Kaap en haar ma hier in die slawekwartiere. Toestande hier was verskriklik. Hier was nou slawe aangehou, hier was bandiete aangehou en hier was meer as 1000 mense in die klein plekkie. En die slawe het gewerk, baie hard gewerk. En hulle het van die werk afgekom saans. En as hulle so moeg, dat hulle sommer hulle rys en hulle vis rou geëet het. Maar vir Ancella van der Kaap het dinge 'n klein bietjie verander. Want hier het 'n man gekom en haar ontmoet hier, sy naam was Laurens Kamfer. Laurens is 'n Duitser en hy het 'n plaas gekry van Simon van der Stel. En Ancella en Laurens se eerste kind was gebore in 1688.
Hoe het Ancella haar man ontmoet?
Laurens Kamfer, hy was haar man. Nou hy het ook aan die weermag behoort. En het hy ingekom in Kaap toe om oefeninge saam met die weermag te doen. Maar hy het ook vir Christina Does geken. En Christina Does het vir hom gesê, luister, jy moet daar na die slawekwartiere toe gaan. Daar bly 'n pragtige jong meisie. Haar naam is Ancella van der Kaap. En toe hy Ancella sien, toe sy onmiddellik verlief op haar. En Ancella het hier gebly met die kinders. Maar Laurens wou baie graag by Ancella by hom op die plaas hê. Maar julle moet onthou, Ancella was mos nog 'n slavin. En as Laurens met Ancella wou trou, dan moes hy aansoek doen om met haar te trou.
Wat moet Ansela gedoen het om vry te wees?
Maurice, dit is 'n baie belangrike vraag. Daardie jare, daar was 'n slaaf nie vrygestel as die slaaf nie gedoop was nie en as die slaaf nie kon vlot Nederlands praat. Ansela was vrygestel, sy kon Nederlands praat, sy was gedoop en toe laat in 1695 het Laurens vir haar kom haal en die kindertjies.
Wow, look at the windows and the doors. Imagine back then how could they survive? My word. And all the graveyards in front of the churches. Sad.
I wish more children could come to the slave lodge to see the life.
And imagine how back then how the children used to be taken away from their parents and family. Sad.
Stay tuned because after the break, our amazing time detectives will take you back in time. Diana takes our detectives to the farm, Murati, where Ansela eventually lived with her husband, Lawrence. The story of Ansela is special, from the pain of slavery to the coming together of cultures. It deserves a place in the history of our nation.
Stil dat ons tweetjies aan beweeg. La 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 la.
Lawrence en Ansela het hard gewerk op die plaas. Want hulle twee het nie geglo daarin dat jy moet slawe kry om te werk nie. En hulle het swaar gekry. Maar die lewe op hierdie plaas was wonderlik vir Ansela en vir die kinders. Want hoekom? In die slawekwartiere was hulle nie vry nie, maar op die plaas was hulle vry. Maar Ansela moes ook verlang het, want kyk, Ansela het lank gebly in die slawekwartiere, né? Sy het amper soos groot geword daar. En ook haar ma was ook nog daar in die slawekwartiere. Hoe sou julle gevoel het as julle weggeneem is van julle vriende en julle familie? Lawrence het hard gewerk en dit het nou tot gevolg gehad dat hy siek geraak het. En hy was vir 'n hele rukkie siek en toe het hy gesterf. Ja, en Lawrence is 'n goeie man, want hy het toe sy plaas nagelaat aan Ansela en sy die plaas bestuur. Nou, hoekom is Ansela belangrik? Omdat sy die geskiedenis vertel van Suid-Afrika. Sy was 'n slavin, maar sy het nie dat haar swaar kry vir haar onderkry nie. En vandag is sy bekend as 'n grootmoeder van die Suid-Afrikaanse nasie.
Hoekom het Lawrence net van Silla van der Kamp geveg? Wat van die ander slawe?
Wel, hy was verlief op Ansela, dit kan ons nou weet, daarom het hy geveg, hy wou vir haar gehad het as sy vrou. Maar hy kon heel waarskynlik nie veg vir die ander slawe nie, dit kon hom in die moeilikheid gebring het.
Hoekom was die mense van Holland so rassisties?
Wel, hulle het daardie jare gedink dat hulle velkleur vir hulle die reg gegee het om ander mense as minder te behandel. Maar vandag weet ons is almal gelyk, ons is dieselfde. Wat maak nie saak wat ons velkleur is nie. So dit wat hulle gedoen het in die verlede was verkeerd.
In slavernij, ons was daar zelf ervan. In slavernij, slavernij, ons was daar zelf ervan. Saam zwaar gekregen, saam geleefd, de ketting losgesneden, nou is ons vrij. Saam zwaar gekregen
Daar's Dr. Ryk. Wel, hy is die eienaar. Goeiemôre.
Goeiemôre.
Goeiemôre, Dr. Ryk.
Middag, wie almal by julle hierso, wie is al die mense?
Sy naam is Kaya en dit is Nafisa.
Hallo.
En
Hi,
die
allemaal
is
kennis.
Salem en dit is Maurice.
Wel, welkom op Miratie, né? Julle kan sien hierso is die ou lys van eienaars van die plaas wat hier gebly het op Miratie. Wat natuurlik vir julle baie belangrik sal wees is die eerste eienaar, Ansela van der Kaap, ons dame wat hier gebly het, die slavin, haar man, Lawrence Kamfer. Kom ek wys vir julle een boom wat sy geplant het saam met Lawrence. Kom stap saam met my, al wys ek vir julle hierso. Okay, hier is die boom. Julle kan sien hierso, hierdie boom is oor die 300 jaar oud. Dit is een van die bome wat geplant is deur Ansela en Lawrence.
Baie dankie, Dr. Ryk. Hier is van die nagedagtes van Ansela.
Vreeslik baie dankie julle. Dit is groot eer en ek is seker van Ansela is baie trots op wat julle vir haar gedoen het. Baie dankie.
Auntie Diane.
Dankie my skattebol. Okay.
From one port to another, now we're getting ready to cross seas from Cape Town to Durban and say goodbye to Nafisa, Salim, Maurice, and Kaya. Thanks guys for sharing the beautiful story of a slave woman to a free woman, to our ancestor and mother, Ansela van der Kaap. Now detectives in Durban are already roaming the streets, scouting locations. Let's catch up with them as they investigate street names. Now the city of Durban is a very busy place and finding them might be a bit of a mission. So let's move on and find out exactly where they are and what they're up to for the day. Durban used to be called Port Natal. It is one of South Africa's busiest ports, and the city has grown to become the third largest in KwaZulu-Natal. Every city, street, or river has a name. But where do these names come from? What inspires them? Street names give us clues to historical events, people, and places. After apartheid, the new government was inspired to change some names, such as airports, and including some street names. Our detectives in Durban take a closer look.
My name's Kaya. My name's Nico. My name is Anda.
My name's Lavelo, aka Shumi.
And together we are Amazing Time Detectives. Today we're going to see the mayor and we're going to talk about street name changes in Durban.
The renaming of streets happens all over the world during times of change. In South Africa, it is an exciting but tricky process. There have been many disputes about this in our various provinces. People want the names to carry a certain significance. For instance, if names are going to change, the street or place should be named after a person who contributed towards the existence of that place.
Amagama emgwaqo kunoma yiliphi ilizwe aba nesikhathi salabo abawaqamba kufike abanye bawashintshe lawo magama kungene amagama abo lawo bona abawafunayo eZambia eTanzania even eZimbabwe kwakunamagama amaningi abo Cecil Rhodes abo Smith nabo bani and so on. Kuthe mangabe uMgabe ethatha over ngo1980 wangena waqamba awakhe amagama kuma streets, but same at Dar es Salaam, same in Nairobi, same even in England. Kwakukhona amagama ekhona kudala some many years ago. Uthe makuthatha laba bakhona bethatha over base befika nawo abamagama bawaqamba. So nathi we have done exactly that.
In the past, many of our places and streets were named after those who colonized our country. This only represented a part of our history and a certain period in time.
Durban is named after a certain gentleman owafika nomkhumbi bambiza ukuthi uSir Benjamin the Urban. Do you know ukuthi igama lithi iTheku livela kuphi? It comes from the Bible. Itheku means the bay. We have that huge port that is called the bay, and you go into the Bible, you read it as such. When you say eThekwini, it comes from itheku. It virtually means at the bay.
Biko, Lembete, and Dorothy Nyembe are all heroes of the freedom struggle. For a large number of South Africans, it is quite a celebration to see and learn about the people who the streets are now named after. Hearing about these people makes me want to learn more about who they were and how they shaped our history.
Tata, what was the process of changing the street names?
Thina siqale ngo-1996 ukuphatha. Ngo-1999 saqala ukuchange amagama. Saqala ukufaka amagama amasha in the townships zabo Mashu, Omakhuta, Emlazi, and then we're moving closer now into the CBDs, City Centers. The process, as far as we're concerned, ibihamba kahle because most of our steps alandelwayo besiwalandela. Most of imithetho besilandela. Of course, you can't be perfect. Sometime there or there, here and there, you slip up ungayiboni enye into, but once wayibona uhlehle uyi-correct, then you move on. So I think the process ihambe kahle.
Even though these stories are not written in history books, by naming a street after someone who made a difference to our lives, we are recording them in history. By changing the street names, we are also making history. This is how these places will be remembered in the future. Stay tuned because after the break, our amazing detectives will be back.
Sacela usitshela ukuthi amagama emigwaqo ashintsha kanjani.
Sinemigwaqo siyiqambile about our icons, abantu esibathembile nabantu abasebenza kakhulu kumzabalazo. Abanye abasebenza just as ordinary community members behlonishwa ngemisebenzi yabo. Abobaba uKE Masinga. He was one of the first black and an African radio announcer. Ngalezo sikhathi baqala benikezwa ama-slots ka-15 minutes. Sakhula sawu 30 minutes. They ended up they announce on radio the whole day.
Please tell us what used to be West Street and Victoria Embankment.
Siyoqambile imigwaqo kabantu abahlukene. Victoria Embankment simqambe ngomama Margaret Mncadi. Omunye womama bomqala kwi-Women's League abalida umzabalazo. Sizokhumbula kwaba khona i-march to Pretoria. She was one of them. Kwazothi West Street samqamba ngo-Dr. Pixley ka-Izaka Seme. Ubaba uPixley ka-Izaka Seme has a very, very long and a colorful history. He is the first secretary of the ANC. He was the advisor to King Dinuzulu. Waphinde wafunda in America, wafunda e-England, wazwaba lento sikuthiwa i-barrister, okusho ukuthi ngolimi lanamhlanje singathi advocate. He had a number of books and scripts that he wrote, one of which ile ebithandwa kakhulu former president of the country, former president of the ANC, uComrade Thabo Mbeki, ethi I'm an African. He is the first one who, after some studies in America, and when he received a PhD at the University of Tuskegee in America, he said, after all that I've seen in the world, I'm now proud to say I'm an African. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you.
So next time you see a street name that has been changed, find out what the meaning is behind that name. In fact, a really good place to start would be the name of the street that you live in. If you have access to the internet or your local library, you could find out a whole lot more than what you expect. And what are detectives up to? It seems that they also wanted to be remembered in history for their discoveries, and they're not waiting for others to remember them. Yes, they're making a street name themselves.
We decided on this exercise because we learned street names and we made up our own street name. We're calling the sound Amazing Time Detectives because our theme was on Amazing Time Detectives. And we are the Amazing Time Detectives. The mayor told us that it is important to know your heritage, your culture and where you come from.
Sifunde okuningi ngokushintsha kwamagama emigwaqo eThekwini.
We are all different, and our past experience is different. We have different ideas of what or who is important enough to have a street named after them. This is why there is so much conflict about which names to leave, which names to change, and who to name things after.
We are the Amazing Time Detectives. We're gonna have our own street. Yay! Yay!
Wow, wasn't that informative? Now, what I also found interesting is that the slaves were actually stripped of their original birth names, and then they were renamed by their slave owners. They were actually forced to take on the names of their slave masters. What's also interesting is that although our country was built by the hands of slaves, many of our monuments, buildings, and streets were named after European settlers. Now, the renaming process is a means of reclaiming our heritage and commemorating those people who fought and died for our freedom. Well, from me, Tola, thank you for watching the Amazing Time Detectives. Till next time, goodbye.
Stories known and the life with truth in it. So true, we can feel the life in, see the light in the sins it makes. The time to awake is not tomorrow, it's today. I can be told and see the light that's guiding my way toward the path where my ancestors wait. To let you know where I'm coming from, where I'm going to.